welcome back to another short 10-minute practice. Today we're going to spend our time mostly on the ground, either on our back, on hands and knees, or on our belly. And we're going to spend a little bit of time really moving and using and awakening the upper back to help it kind of loosen up and release any stiffness or stuckness or tension that tends to build in that area. So the only prop that you will need, and I do mean need, you're going to use it, is a blanket, or a towel is a really nice option. So I'm even going to guide you to how to prepare for this. You're going to start with your towel or your blanket, whatever you've got, and you want to make it into a rectangular shape so that one side is longer than the other. And you're going to lay this blanket down on the ground with the long edge towards you. And you're going to roll it up away from you. You can shake out any wrinkles that start to build here if you want, especially if it makes it misshapen. So you have like a smooth, long, rectangular tube. And you're going to lay that tube down across the mat from side to side. And we're going to lay down so our chest is on top of it. You're going to think of this roll as lifting your heart up towards the sky and arching your shoulders down towards the earth. So you're going to turn around so it's behind you. Keep the knees bent for this. Lay back, elbows hitting onto the blanket roll. And then you can let that blanket roll underline about where your heart is and let your shoulders cascade down to land on the ground behind it. And when you open your arms, you want the arms to be parallel with the blanket roll. So they're both expanding outwards in the same direction, right? Now, as you get here, you want to make sure you're comfortable. So you can maybe move yourself backwards or forwards a little bit. And if this blanket roll or towel roll you have below you is too much, if you feel too arched or lifted too high, you're going to want to roll over to your side and lift yourself up and make the roll a bit smaller. You can just unroll it one rotation or two rotations. So you still have a roll, but it's just a little bit less tall, less dense. So roll that blanket into a specific height that's going to be comfortable. You can come up and down off it as many times as you want. Remember, lay back so it's underneath your heart, elbows above it, shoulders down behind it, head to the earth, arms and roll at the same angle. So once you find the right height, the right depth to your roll, keep your knees bent but step your feet apart. And lean your knees inward so you're making it a triangle shape from knees to earth. You want to be able to relax here. Take a few deep breaths. And let the muscles of your chest open above this roll. Breathing in, let your heart lift up a little higher. Breathing out, soften the full weight of your body over the blanket, letting the shoulders drip downward towards the earth behind you. Twice more, just breathing. Inhale. Fill up your chest very gently, and exhale, drop your shoulders heavily. Last time, breathe in. Relax, and breathe out. Now, as you're ready from here, you're going to keep your chest, your upper body the same, but separate the knees and walk the feet in until they're about hip distance apart, maybe sit bone distance apart. You're going to bend your elbows and bring the hands around to touch the outer lines of your head, maybe placing your thumbs in the little hollows at the base of your skull that kind of frame either side of your spine at the very tip top there. You can rub those hollows at the base of your skull with your thumbs if you want. Maybe clockwise and counterclockwise. Maybe stroking up and down. Just gently massaging this area. And once you feel a little looser here at the very top of your neck, keep your thumbs lightly resting on the hollows and keep your fingers lightly resting on your head. You're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, pull your bottom ribs down towards the blanket. Pull your belly down towards your low back. Keep your arms in the shape, but lift your head and shoulders so you can peer over your heart towards your legs. And inhale, put your shoulder blades and your head back down. Twice more like that. Exhale, ribs down, belly down, lift the head and neck a little bit, really not curling too much, just raising up a little bit. And last time, exhale, lift up and come down. And once you land, you're going to keep the hands where they are, but lift the elbows and point them up towards the ceiling. So now your arms and your legs are literally making the same shape. Inhale here. Exhale, low ribs down, belly button deep. Lift up. Look a little bit towards your knees. And inhale, unfold back to the mat. You're not going up super high. Exhale. Really doing this over the roll. Just mobilizes your middle, your upper back here. Sometimes we get really, really stiff and locked there. Come back down. And keeping your arms here, just kind of roll over to the side in either direction you want. You can kind of pull your elbows down, pillow your head in your hands for a second. And we're going to lift up from this shape. We're going to move the blanket roll off to the side so you have some room to maneuver. We're going to come to hands and knees. So coming to hands and knees, we'll do a few cat-cows here. Wrists under shoulders, knees straight down under your hip sockets. Inhale and fill your belly and tip your heart to face out in front of you. Exhale, gather your belly up, lightly root your palms to the ground, release the weight of your head. Inhale, look up, spread the collarbones softly. Exhale, look down, look back towards your knees. One more time, inhaling. Let the ribs drift forward from your hips, shoulders pull down the back. Exhale, round. Then go ahead and come back to a nice flat back, and we're going to lay down onto our bellies. So you can walk down all the way, making sure you've got some space, and you're going to pull the palms back underneath your shoulders so that the elbows lift up a bit. Now keep the hands on the ground and feel like you're trying to rotate the fingers open. That's going to bring the elbows in a little closer. Place your head on the ground, take a breath. As you exhale, press your pelvis, your low belly down, keep it rooted. And as you inhale, kind of lift up your chest. Your shoulders are going to be rounded, your head is going to be down, like you're arching. And then lift your shoulders, slide them down your back to raise the head and look forward. Now keep the shoulders down, the head up. We're going to lower the heart. Let the shoulders drip forward and deposit the head back where it started. So we're initiating all of this motion from the heart. So inhale the heart, rounding. Lift the shoulders, tip them down your back, lift your head. Go back the same way you rose up. Heart, round the shoulders, bring the head down. Once more, heart and shoulders and head. Leave the head up, lower the heart, the shoulders, and the head. So from here, go ahead and press up to hands and knees. We're going to release into a little bit of a twist here as you walk into tabletop again. Just turn your right palm towards the sky. Slide it in between your left knee and your left wrist. Reach it out to the side and bend your left elbow. Rest on the right side of your head. Center your hips over your knees. One last breath. We'll repeat this on the opposite side, so go ahead and press into your left hand. Bring your right hand back to the mat. We're going to turn the left palm up towards the sky. I'll show you from this angle. Left hand slides in between wrist and knee. As you bend the right elbow lower down to the left edge of your head. Take a moment here. Then as you're ready, you can go ahead and root through your right palm. Lift up and place your left hand back on the ground. Now we're going to lower down onto our belly one more time. We're going to start with the palms under the shoulders like we did, but we're going to evolve this cobra a little bit more. So you're going to take your hands out a little bit wider than your shoulders. So the hands are wider than your body. You're also going to slide the hands in front of your shoulders. So if you were to trace a straight line from your shoulders to your wrists, it would be diagonal. From here, you want to lift your elbows and pop up onto the tippy top of your fingers. So you're kind of arching your palm and only the tops of your fingertips are touching the mat here. So just like we did before, breathe in, your elbows are up, there's a lot of mobility here. Exhale, root down through your low abdomen, navel to tailbone. And then just like we did before, inhale, lift your heart with your elbows raised. Roll your shoulders up and look forward. We're going to go down the same way. So exhale your heart, soften your shoulders and melt your head. You may find your elbows coming down a bit, that's fine. Again, lift your heart, round your upper back, lift your shoulders, slide them down, arch your upper back and lift your head. And then exhale, come down with your heart and soften your shoulders, release your head. One more time, hips stay low the whole time, heart up, shoulders up and down the back, head forward. And exhale, heart, shoulders, and head. Now one more time for a little bit of mobility. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. We're going to come up in the same way we did a moment ago. So keep the elbows lifted, the fingers tented, hips down. Inhale, heart, shoulders, and head. Now you don't have to come up super high here, but you want these elbows raised. So in fact, kind of roll your shoulders one by one. You can lift up and down. You've got a lot of room to sway and play as you have your elbows up side to side. So wiggle your cobra around a little bit. Mobilize, circulate, and then lower. Come back down, head to the mat, palms to the earth, slide them back under your chest. From here, we're going to lift back up to hands and knees. And we're going to walk around to your sit bones. So go ahead and bring your knees up and out in front of you. I'm going to show you from the side. And the feet flat on the ground. So from here, go ahead and stretch the left leg out long and open the right knee so it points to the side, away from the mat. Bring the foot into the inner edge of your leg. Now inhale and sit up. And as you exhale, turn over towards the left here. Bring the left hand behind you and cup the right palm around the outer thigh. So you're still sitting pretty vertical here. Pull your toes back so they're vertical too. And notice as the hand wraps around to the outer leg, it pulls the shoulder forward and kind of stretches the upper back a little bit. Every exhale kind of raises the belly button and engages it upwards. If you feel like sliding down a little bit farther, down towards your calf, maybe more than your thigh, you can do that too. Keep the belly button wrapping in and notice what you're feeling in this right shoulder here. We're going to change the sensation a little bit. So keep the body in the position it is, but then turn the palm open away from your leg so the back of the hand, the back of the knuckles press into your outer leg. And root that hand down, wrap the belly in so you rotate a bit more strongly to the side with a little bit more strength in your upper back. Notice how this right arm, shoulder area feels different. One more breath. And then flip the palm back inwards. Slide the palm back upwards. Turn to face forward, raise the right knee, raise the left knee. We'll do the same thing the opposite side. So right leg long, left knee open, bring the foot in. Sit nice and tall. Exhale, turn towards the right, right hand behind you. Left palm will round along the outer line of your leg. So it kind of dips this top shoulder forward and inwards a bit. You can breathe a bit more under the shoulder blade. Now if you'd like, you can slide the hand down the leg, hinge a little bit lower, but keep those toes drawing back and know that you do not have to go any lower than you already are. You can stay up to vertical, it's still a twist. So no matter where you end up, notice the position of this top shoulder. And then go ahead and flip the palm away from you, bringing the back of your knuckles to the outer leg and press the knuckles into the leg so you rotate a bit more and you're creating a bit more strength in the shoulder area here. Make sure your belly is wrapped and lifted. Keep that stable midsection. And then flip the palm back to cup the outer line of the leg. Slide it back up if you hinge forward. And go ahead and turn to face the front. Bring that bent knee up. Straight knee up. Cross your legs. And you place your hands on your knees, your thighs here. And you can spend a few moments, if you'd like, with the eyes closed, just quietly softening Feeling the warmth and the mobility you've created in your shoulders, your neck, your upper chest, your upper back. Be feeling how as you loosen up that area, you can breathe into that area with a bit more ease, a bit more spaciousness. Spending a few moments here. Whenever you're ready, you can allow those eyelids to flutter open. Come back into whatever the day has to offer you next. Thanks again for practicing and hope you have a wonderful day.